Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and I've made a new pick a card read for you. The gecko agrees. This one is Full Celtic Cross Tarot Love Spread. Find out what's going on in your love life. I've made 3 readings here. Crystal, Flower and Shell is a timeless reading. Whenever you get into this video, it's good to go. Each of these readings has got a deeper dive to it. That's an extended reading that goes with it. So if you find that it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, then you might want to get that for even more. If you do, towards the end of these readings, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. And that is where you can find your timestamps to fast forward to your reading as well. Now I've got 2 drawers for a free private reading with me every single month. The first drawer is for subscribers of my YouTube channel, so click to subscribe down there. Click like on a video and leave a comment. That'll get you one entry. You can do that as many times as you like during the month. The second drawer is for the purchases of my deeper dive read. So if you are interested in getting one of those, it's also going to get you an entry into that prize draw to win a free private reading with me. So all you need to do now is take your pick. Which one would you like? Would you like the crystal? Crystal is out with the Ace of Swords from the Light Seers Tarot deck. Or would you like the floppy flower? It's gone limp because the readings were really long this time, especially the deeper dives. Who is out with the Queen of Inspiration, floppy flower? Or would you like the shell? The shell is out with the Four of Pentacles from the Tarot of Mystical Moments deck. Take your pick now. Don't forget to click like as you're watching this video. Leave a comment. Click on that subscribe button if you're new. I do a daily energy update for the collective every single day of the year. I go live 3 times a week in my Psychic Cafe show where I give 1-question readings. Booking for one of those on my website, behealing.com. You can find a link for that in the description box below and also one up there too. Or come along live. Come along live and book yourself in. I'd love to see you in there and connect with your energy. I do 3 of these Love Pick a Card reads a week as well. Let me know what you want the next ones to be about in the comments below. I also offer private readings from my website, behealing.com. Find a link for that in the description box below and also one up there too. And that's about it. So crystal, flower or shell, take a pick now and I will see you in your reading. So if you chose the crystal along with the Light Seers Tarot deck, then this one's for you. Let's give you a full Celtic Cross Tarot spread for your love life and see what's going on. See what you need to know. Now, as usual, crystals, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That's an extended reading that goes with this. If you find that this is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, then you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of the reading, you'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So getting straight into your reading, what is this reading all about, crystals? It's about the Ace of Swords. It's about a new idea that you've had or an aha that you've had. Now, you guys, you might have realized something about yourself, had an aha about yourself, about your love life and about what you've been choosing or perhaps the kind of patterns that you're in. Perhaps you've had an idea of how to do things differently or who would be right for you or what's missing out of your life, what you need to be choosing now in a partner, something like that. Or, yeah. So an aha you've had, and I'm feeling like you've had this aha already. So you could be changing your trajectory in relationships at the moment, you guys. Interesting. So that's really nice. I do like this energy for you, crystals. It's good. Figuring things out, you know, of what to do differently to get what it is that you want. Now you might not have figured it out yet, but you've had an idea of like what would be better for you. So what's hindering you in this? What's hindering? Oh, you got 3 cards. That's not a good sign, hey? Okay, getting you from A to B. But you see, this is what I was getting. That you don't know yet how to get yourself from A to B. So even though you might have had an idea of what's missing, of what you'd like to experience now, of what you should be choosing, you don't know how to choose that yet or where to find that person or how to get yourself there, right? So you're happily ever after. And for the efforts that you put in, 8 of Pentacles, to pay off in a relationship. So there's the how is kind of confusing to you. How to get you happily ever after, how to get any efforts that you put into relationships to give you the results that you want, how to get yourself there. So you might have been realizing patterns that you've been in or what you don't want or what is missing or what has been missing for the kind of relationship, from the kind of relationships that you've been having. But how to actually get that, how to get yourself into one of those relationships that have got that in, is another matter. So hopefully this reading is going to get you there. So how do things appear on the face of it? So your love life on the face of it. What's going on with you guys at the moment? Or how does it appear? Knight of Wands. So you could be attracting a lot of attention, like people being attracted to you physically. And it could be, yeah, a lot of lust coming your way, or people excited by you. They might not necessarily be exciting you. It might not be what you want. You know, it could all just be lust and playfulness and all of that kind of thing. It could be that, you know, you don't seem to be attracting those ones that are looking for like a long-term relationship or a serious relationship. Now, I changed what I said then from you don't appear to be attracting. No, you don't seem to be attracting, so you don't appear to be attracting, because you will be attracting both, but whether you're seeing, whether you are alert to the other ones or not is another matter. And what I mean by that is you probably, if you're attractive to this kind, you'll be attractive to many other kinds too, but you might just be switched on to these Knight of Wands rather than the Emperors, rather than the Kings, you know. But what's really behind that? That's how it appears on the surface of it. What's really behind that? Two of Wands is the decisions that you're making, right? Yeah, it's the decisions that you're making. Now, what does that mean? That means if you keep on doing what you did, you're going to keep on getting what you got, right? For me, personally, these kind of energies would be, well, the decisions that you're making is that you keep on going out and expecting to meet someone out at a bar or a club or something like that. And all you meet are the players, because that's where the players go, right? Because that's where they're playing. You need to do things differently. You need to make different choices. That's what it would be for me. Now, I don't know what it is for you. I don't know how it is that you're meeting people, but what this is saying is it's just the choices that you're making. So it appears to me like you're looking in the wrong places. You might not be going there, but you could be, I don't know, if you're doing like an online dating thing, or however it is that you're looking, you're coming across the similar kinds of people. So the kind of people that you do want are not where the players are at. They're not where those ones are at. Yeah, that's a player kind of an energy. But it doesn't have to be a player, but it's those that really want a long-term relationship. They're doing things differently than those that want this short-term kind of a playful kind of thing. And there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you want, you know. But if you want something different and you're going where those ones are at, you're going to be disappointed. So what's the recent past energy for crystals? Recent past energy for crystals. So I'm getting a single vibe from you guys this time, crystals. Recent past energies for crystals. Recent past. The Four of Pentacles, you've been holding your energy back. So you might have noticed, right? So you might have noticed that you're not getting what it is that you want. So you've started shutting down a little bit, being a little bit more, having more boundaries, you know, and saying no more often and kind of holding your energy back. Perhaps not going to those same places. Perhaps you're not making new decisions yet, but there's a decision to have like retreated. So I think you guys have kind of been realizing you've not been looking in the right places. And so you've withdrawn your energy from that. So it appears that you might be in between worlds at the moment, getting ready for like, well, where is the new choice? Where are they at? Like, where are they hiding? What's the energy coming into your life? So near future energies. What's coming in for crystals? What you doing in there? What's coming in for crystals? Way, happiness, your inner child being happy. You know, sometimes just holding our energy back is the right thing to do. Just laying low. We don't need to always be actively in pursuit of something. So you got happiness coming. That's a very good sign. The Sun card is happiness. It's the inner child being happy. There's a sense of lightness about it. And it's also... what was I going to say? It'll come to me. Yeah, the inner child being happy. It's also fertility. It's also new things. It's fertility. It's also things being revealed to you as well. It's like things getting clearer to you. Clarity, yeah. You got good things coming anyway. That's a really good card. Now, what else is this reading about? It's about the Ace of Swords. So it's about this aha that you've had and then the progression from there forward. It's about strength. So you being stronger in yourself, believing in yourself, being more steadfast in what it is that you want. Like being more... So you've had an idea of what's missing and you've had an idea of what it is that you want, but there's this consolidation of this energy of like, I know exactly what I want. I know who I am. I know what my energy is. I know what I offer. I know exactly what I want. I'm really strong in that. I've got no doubts about it now. I'm really clear about it. I'm not even going to... I don't even need to hide from these ones anymore because I'm not going to choose them. I'm not resisting them anymore either, arguing with them or pushing them away or going, you're wrong and you're bad and all of that kind of thing. I'm just kind of da-da, and that's okay. But I'm really strong about who I am and what it is that I want, and I'll only be choosing that. It's this getting into this really... I think you guys are in between worlds at the moment. You've got all the right ideas, and it's just consolidating this energy now and getting really firm on it and believing in it and believing in yourself and believing that you can have that too. That's where you're headed, I think, right now. So what are your fears around this then? Because I am getting just like a little bit of a hesitancy behind that. It's like, what if it doesn't work out? What if it's not right? What if I do all of this and then there's nothing there? And I'm just like waiting forever because it's not... because I've chosen a path that's got nothing down it. Never true. There's always something down there. Of course there's going to be someone else in this energy that's looking for the same thing. What are your fears? What are your fears, crystals? Let me know in the comments below. Seven of Pentacles. It's about... fears about... investing. So investing in something and it doesn't pay off. It's just exactly what I was saying. Well, what if I do this? What if I follow this and really consolidate my energy and really get strong in this position? What if there is nothing down that path? What if I'm investing all my energy into this and it's like, no, you've done it wrong? Well, yes, that's a fear, right? But if you just think about the way that the universe works, do you think you're unique? You think you're the only person that is wishing for this? Do you think that like there's nobody else with this energy? And you think I'm just like reading for you and you specifically, and there's no one else out there that's also seeking this, that also wants one of these long-term relationships exactly as the way that you want it? You think that you're alone in this world and that the world has been, the universe is going, oh, crystals, we'll just have like that one person wanting that thing and there won't be a match. There's no one else that wants that too. You're just kind of by yourself. And so the stronger you get in that energy, you're going to completely be by yourself. It makes no sense, does it? Of course the universe there's a lot of us that are like this. Of course there are. So yeah. There's a part of you that doesn't want to invest too much into this energy and really firm up this energy within you because you think perhaps it's a wrong turn. It's not a wrong turn. It's not a wrong turn. Okay, you just need to believe in it more. What are your hopes? Your hopes? To win, to be seen as winning, to be seen with a partner and all of that kind of thing. Queen of Pentacles, to have that stability, you know, that security and the stability of a relationship that's yours. King of Swords, someone who's clear. You want someone that's clear, that knows what it is that they want, that, you know, is right, really clear on it too. Ten of Pentacles, the happily ever after, someone to build something with for the long term. And the Nine of Pentacles, to still have your independence, your own thing going on, your own career, your own life and all of that thing, your own friends, and have like the Nine of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles, a relationship that fits in with that too. So there's this, I don't want to lose like the strong position that I'm in either. My own life and all of that kind of thing. It's like having that independence. A lot of people ask about this when the Nine of Pentacles energy comes out. It's like, well, because it's a single independent card, right? Well, how can I have that and a relationship? Well, you can. Of course you can. That's what we want. We don't want to get into a relationship where they take over our lives. We're subservient to them. We don't have our own trajectory anymore. You know, we don't have our career and our own things going on. No, we want our career, our own things going on, our own friend, you know, our trajectories we've all got our own connection with source, and we have our own paths to walk. What we want is a partner by our side, right? Not someone that takes that away and takes our power away from us, but we continue doing that thing, but we have someone by our side as well. And we don't want them to give up their lives either and take that away from them. We want them to be strong in their career and with their friends and what they love doing and all of that kind of thing, right? So it's two people that know who they are, and they're walking on their path, and they have that relationship as well. Of course, a healthy relationship is always going to be the Nine of Pentacles and being together too. Single independent energy is where healthy relationships are at. So you've got a lot of hopes there. That's really cool. I like that. So let's get your outcome cards out. I'm going to be revealing the first outcome card in this reading, but the rest of them, because I'm going to get a progression out, because we want the full story, right? The rest of them I'll be revealing in that deeper dive read. So if this sounds like it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, you might want to get that. I'll also be pulling cards out from all of these decks back here as well for guidance for you. Will be, if anyone shows up in this outcome as well, we'll be tapping into their energies, getting messages out from them, seeing what's up with them, what's going to happen, timings, all of that kind of thing, if it's applicable. Oh, you do. You have someone coming in. Let's get more outcome cards out. You've got 3 outcome cards out so far. What next after that? Tell us about that one. What next after that, please? It's going to take longer, you know, because you've got so many of you what you want cards out here. Like, it's got to be, there's less cards in here for what your outcome is. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't surprise me that the cards are kind of taking longer to come out. Oh, and then what? One more, please, or 2 more. And then what? There we go. Yes. Okay. So you got 6 outcome cards here. First one out. You're not going to like this. It's the 3 of Swords. It is the heartbreak card. So something isn't going to work out. Remember, you've got the sun coming in now. This is not all that bad. You do have happiness coming in the near future. But first, 3 of Swords, there's something that isn't going to work out. There's something that is a disappointment, more than a disappointment. 3 of Swords. The 3 of Swords is where you've got to kind of acknowledge that something hurts. Because the 3 of Swords comes before the 4 of Swords, right? Well, let's follow the progression of the tarot. The Ace of Swords is a clear idea, an aha. You've got it here, the Ace of Swords, right? The aha. The 2 of Swords is an indecision. I'm not sure whether I want to do that or not. So it's like you think you've got clarity with the 8 of Swords, but you don't really, because the 2 of Swords is like, but I don't know what to do. I'm kind of going in blind with this. I'm not sure, but I'm going to try and kind of make a decision. And then the 3 of Swords is like, when we feel the results of the decision that isn't right for us, and we actually feel that, and then we've got to lose false hope kind of thing that it's going to change, and actually feel that something isn't right for us. The 3 of Swords is when we acknowledge that pain. And then the 4 of Swords is when we can start that healing process. The healing process can't start until we acknowledge the pain. And often people will acknowledge the pain because they want to hold on to hope and they want to change it. We can only make change when we've acknowledged that something isn't right for us. It's causing us pain. We actually allow ourselves to feel it. A lot of people will bypass that because we don't want to feel the bad feelings, right? We want to ignore them. We don't want to feel it. We don't want to indulge in that and really, not indulge in the feeling, but really like focus on that feeling, feel it and acknowledge it, because it doesn't feel good. These are the not good feelings, but the not good feelings are part of a very important part of our guidance system. We need to acknowledge what doesn't feel good so that we can make a different decision. So that we can heal from it first of all, okay, and then make a different decision. So the outcome here is, it's not that you've got some fresh pain coming, it's that you need to acknowledge pain that is already there. It's one thing having an idea of where you're headed, but it's another thing to be able to actually bypass the, we can't bypass the tricky things, you know. Law of attraction teachers wanted us to do that, right? Just don't focus on that stuff, but everyone knows, right? You can't. The stuff doesn't go away. You don't just magically heal because you focus on something else. That stuff is in us. It's in our energy. It's in our nervous system. We can't ignore it. We've got to deal with it. We've got to look at it and we've got to feel it at some point. You can't heal what you haven't felt, right? You need to feel it to heal it and acknowledge it. So you've got some like deeper healing coming up when you acknowledge some of the pain. And then these cards, which is your trajectory going forward from this. More about this, and then you've got someone coming in. I'm telling you now. But if you want to find out what the rest of these are and continue this reading, then you might want to get that deeper dive for even more. If this sounds like it is your story, it could be a story, want it to be a story. In that extended reading, I'm going to go into, well, revealing these cards, yeah, but all the rest of it too. And getting into the energy of that person that's coming in. If you're interested in that, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now. It's an instant watch kind of a thing. You do need to type your email address in very carefully, because if you get that wrong, you will not receive it. Now, the email, it might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder. So check in those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Click on the crystal on your device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, the other things being coupon codes for discounts, special discounts off for you purchases of that, off my other stuff. You will see a picture of a video, and when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device and it will. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like. Before you click off down here, click that subscribe button if you're new, and leave a comment, because that'll get you an entry into that draw for a free reading with me at the end of the month. Good luck with winning that, as we'll get in the deeper dive as well. But if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. And if you're coming with me to that deeper dive read, then I will see you in there very shortly. So if you chose the flower along with the Muse Tarot, then this one's for you. Let's give you a full Celtic Cross love spread. Find out what's going on in your love life. Now, as usual, flowers, is going to be a deeper dive to this. That's an extended reading that goes with this. If you find that this is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, then you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of the reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So let's get straight into your reading, because your cards are flying out, and find out what this reading is all about. It's all about the Queen of Inspiration and the Eight of Materials. So, and the Eight of Materials was upside down. I don't really take reversals because I can feel whether a card's reversed and negative energy or not, because my guides are telling me, but it was upside down and the energy is upside down. So the Queen of Inspiration is the Queen of Wands. She's very attractive. So you're attracting things in. You're very attractive. People want some of your energy. You've been noticed. They like you. But the Eight of Materials is when we put energy into something and we receive back from it. That was in the reverse. It was like, so you're attracting those in, but you make an effort with that and it's kind of not reciprocated. The efforts that you put into these relationships or getting to know someone, it's not coming back to you. It's like, it's always a drain kind of thing. You don't get that reciprocation. You make an effort, you're messaging them and they're not messaging back so much. You make an effort to get to know them, not really getting to know you. You're asking like deeper questions of them, they're not really asking the deeper questions of you. It's that kind of an energy. It's like, whenever I invest, it doesn't come back to me. I'm attracting the ones that don't want to make an effort, almost like I'm attracting the ones that see I'm a catch. I put the effort into it, but they don't. I'm not getting it back. I'm not getting the return on my investment back. And it appears like those are the ones that you're attracting in. Now, I know when we raise our vibration from experiences that when we raise our vibration, we become attractive to everybody. We don't just attract the better ones in. Well, we do attract the better ones in, but we also attract the crap in as well. An attractive person who's high vibing will attract everybody. And so this is why we've got to be more and more empowered and have our boundaries learn about boundaries as we raise our vibration, is because you've got to start choosing better for yourself. You're going to attract everybody, right? If you're a catch, you're going to attract everybody. And so you need to be more discerning about who it is that you're choosing from the everybody that you're attracting in. So what's crossing you? What's hindering you in all of this? Queen of Emotions. What you will receive, what you'll be open to, like in that softness. So there's an element here of what this is saying is there can be a little bit of hard energy. What am I trying to say? Okay, so what I was just saying about you invest into relationships. So you're going about it asking them deeper questions, communicating, kind of going there, suggesting things. That effort that you put into relationships, that's what you want to get back from them, right? That's why you're doing it. And you might have learned to wait for the reciprocation from them, and then it doesn't happen. But open to receiving it is different. So the Queen of Emotions being here about what you want to receive. This is saying that you're a little bit too much in the masculine energy, so you're starting it off instead of just waiting for someone else to start it off. You're too willing to invest first instead of just being in the open receptive, just being this bright, shiny energy and then just waiting for someone to invest. Now, that does take longer. You're waiting for the one to make the first move. You're probably the one making the first move at the moment instead of just waiting. So you can be attractive to all these people. And you can recognize they're attracted to me. If this one is even like messaging me, but let's see if they take it to that deeper place first. Let's see. So it's like you being just waiting for them to make the first move. Now, you might not be believing that anybody will. And so, which is why you're stepping in with the masculine energy of, well, I'll do it first and then see if they reciprocate. Now, what happens then is if you take that masculine energy first and go there first, what you're saying to them is like, I don't need you to step up, because I will do it. I will step in and do that for you. So it's too easy for them, right? It's another way of putting it is if you don't do it first, then they have to do it first. Otherwise they don't get what it is that they want, right? And if you will step into that masculine role and do it first, you're not inviting them to reciprocate. What you're doing is telling them, I'm available to you even though you've not done that. You've not earned it yet. You've not earned it yet by doing it first. If you stay in the receptive energy, Queen of Emotions or Empress energy of like, I know what I deserve, and they need to make an effort toward me first, and then I will reciprocate. That is very different. And yes, you're not going to be making as much effort, which is a good thing. So you're not going to be draining yourself. You'll only make an effort when someone else does it first. Do you believe that that will happen? It doesn't happen very often when you're in this energy. I'm in this energy, I know. It doesn't happen very often, but it's way better. It wastes less of your time and your energy. You get less disappointed because you're not putting into these things. So how do things look on the surface of it in your love life at the moment? The Wheel of Fortune, fate. Or, it could be looking like you're waiting for fate to kick in. But you see, if you're the first to invest, I think that is fate can't intervene. Anyway, let's see what's really behind that. The Two of Materials, there's a balance to be had. Now, what does that mean, a balance to be had? That could have you thinking, well, I need to be the masculine sometimes and start things off. There's a balance to be had. Why should they be the first to ask me? I should be, in this day and age, we should be doing it equally. Yeah, but you've got to remember that masculine energies and feminine energies are different. They are different. And if there's a certain role that a masculine needs to play, right? And if we take that role away from them, then they can feel like worthless. And a man doesn't want to feel worthless in a relationship. So waiting for the one that will make that effort is almost like waiting for the one that wants to be in that masculine energy, that is doing that stuff. So the balance isn't about, I need to be masculine and start that off. The balance is more about, especially if you're in that energy, the balance is more about valuing the feminine energy within ourselves and reeling back the masculine energy somewhat within ourselves. So not being as willing to take on that masculine role, being balanced within ourselves. We can use the masculine energy. Women have had to do that in our work and everything. There's many aspects of our lives that we have to be the masculine energy. Men, not so much. They don't have to be the feminine energy so much. It's becoming more and more now that they do. But the balance within ourselves, two of materials, is allowing that feminine energy to preside. It doesn't feel like I'm saying that right, but preside more in us. Might be too masculine, or too willing to take that masculine energy on. It's disempowering to the masculine. They don't want to do that. They don't want to have their roles taken away. Let them chase. Let them do it. And then respond to it. You be the one that reciprocates once they've taken. And you need to believe first that there will be some that want to do that. So if you have, this might be saying, because if you've been like the first to take action, the Queen of Inspiration, she does take action because she's like the entrepreneur. She's well balanced, the Queen of Inspiration, with her masculine and feminine energies. She makes stuff happen, you know. If you have been doing that, then you won't have been really attracting those masculine types. You will have been attracting more of the feminine type of man. And there are the masculine kind of men will be going like, oh, she doesn't need me. You know what I mean? She doesn't need my type. So there is a shift here. And if you're a strong woman like this, then you want an even stronger man, right? Someone that's strong in that masculinity. So recent past energies. Eight of Inspiration and the Hermit. Right, so the Hermit, being by yourself, of course, on your own trajectory, following your own path, and the Eight of Inspiration, knowing where you're headed. So there's a definite, it feels like you've been working on this, on your love life kind of thing, knowing where you're headed. You know kind of where you're headed next. Definitely reciprocation. So it's like you know where you're headed. You know what it is that you want. You haven't kind of figured out how to get it yet, but I'm telling you some of it in this reading. It's good. You've got more direction, purpose, knowing what it is that you want. What have you got coming in near future? You've got the Ace of Emotions. You've got the falling in love. You've got new love. The Ace of Emotions is new love and falling in love. Feeling really good. Awesome. So this reading is about the Queen of Inspiration, the Eight of Materials. It's been around you taking initiative. You've been very attractive, but you also making the first move, waiting for reciprocation back, and it's not coming. What's it also about, this reading? What is this reading also about? It's also about, the Four of Inspiration, solid foundations, and the Muse of Inspiration. Now, this is the King of Inspiration, the King of Wands, the one that will take action, the one that will come and claim you. This is a very masculine energy, the King of Wands. It's the, like, you're mine kind of thing. Very masculine energy. And solid foundations coming about from that. It's about letting that one come in and take the initiative now, and laying solid foundations. So it's not you laying the solid foundations and starting things off, it's letting them come in. So there's this Queen of Emotions. You've got to be open to that, right? Someone coming in and taking the initiative and then reciprocating. Just put it another way, you've got to let the man take the lead. In a dance, right? You've got to let the man take the lead. I had this lesson. I went on a date last year and I started dancing with this guy and I was just having fun like I usually do, like swinging him around and stuff. He's like, hey, he's the man here, let me take the lead. And then when he said that, and I'm like, oh yeah. And I let him take the lead, and then it was really nice because then he was dancing me and I was just going with it, and I felt so nurtured and held and safe and secure with him. It was so nice to let go and like trust him, and he was trustworthy too. Very masculine energy he had. I loved it. He was a fire sign too. Aries, yeah. You could have a fire sign coming in, but it doesn't have to be, but it's very masculine energy. About allowing a masculine energy to take the lead. That might not be a comfortable place for you, but it needs to be. It hasn't been a comfortable place for me, but it needs to be, you know? What are your fears? What are your fears in all of this? So with these energies, you might have had people like this coming into your life and they might have scared you. You know, it might have felt a little bit too much, like they were going to be controlling or bossy or something like that. And it might have been. But you might have been shrinking away from that energy, presuming that that was control or something, and it might not be. What are your fears? Muse of materials. So Muse of materials can be a bit boring. You could be fearing like someone that's not going to be inspiring to you, someone a little bit too stable and yeah, not attractive kind of thing. You might be thinking like, well, to have what I want, I'm going to have to go for someone boring that I'm not really attracted to and that's really stable. It's not true. Queen of Inspiration, King of Inspiration. If that's your energy, if you're the Queen of Inspiration, you've got this strong energy, you need a strong fiery one to match you as well. You don't need to choose what you don't want. That would make no sense. So the Two of Voices, you're fearing not being able to choose right. So, and you don't need to choose, like be chosen kind of thing. And I'm not saying that to everybody. I wouldn't say to any woman out there, oh, just be chosen, because that for a lot of women that haven't figured out who they are and got this strength is, and you know, learn boundaries and learn how to spot the red flags and say no to them and all of that kind of thing. I wouldn't say it to anyone, but I'm saying it to you guys that are resonating with this energy, strong woman kind of thing, but always taking the initiative, always going into your kind of masculine at the start, is let yourself be chosen instead. I know that's uncomfortable for you. I'm seeing it here. The Ace of Inspiration. So fearing just it being lust is what that is. Yeah. Okay. So perhaps there's a belief here that these ones that come and claim you, they're either controlling, you might have all kinds of beliefs about them, but when someone approaches you with that energy, you're making it wrong. And it could be, it's just lust if they're trying to come in and sweep me off my feet or claim me. It might be a good energy, but you're seeing it as not a good energy. What are your hopes? So this reading is pretty much saying flower is the right one for you. At the moment, you're saying no to, you're pushing them away. You're not recognizing how they are right for you because you won't let yourself receive. You won't let yourself be led. What are your hopes? 9 of emotions for your wishes to be fulfilled, your heart's wishes to be fulfilled. Wishes? 4 of Voices for healing as well. So there's a part of you that recognizes that this is not good for you. These patterns are not good for you and you're kind of wanting some healing. Okay, so let's get your outcome cards out. I'll be revealing these outcome cards, one of them, the first one, in this reading, but the rest of them I'll be revealing in the deeper dive read, in that extended reading. Ooh. Along with the cards from these decks back here for guidance for you and all of that. We'll be getting the noses out for anyone coming into your live too. Comes out in here. Messages from them, that kind of thing. Getting into their energy. Timings of what's coming in for you. Well, you've got the Ace of Emotions, so it's looking good. Okay, so you have got some incoming energy. I'll talk about it very shortly once I've got the rest of these cards out. So I'll get a progression out for the outcome cards so that we've got the full picture. We don't just want one. Ooh, I love this. I love this for you guys. This is going to be exciting for you. Yes. Let's get 2 more out, please. 1 more. What next after that? Thank you. Okay. Right, so first card out, you got 6 outcome cards out here with quite the progression on it. First outcome card out is the Page of Inspiration. This is the start of something new, something exciting. It can be a message or it can be, yeah, meeting somebody, but it's pages are the very start. The pages where we catch someone's eye or we see, you know, we see someone, we're attracted to them. It's not the night. The night is the movement toward that person. Pages can be the messengers too. So it could be hearing about somebody who, like, oh, someone's coming to the island. I live on an island. You know, it could be like a friend saying, oh, someone's moving here, or my friend's brother is coming to work for us, or something like that. You could be hearing about somebody. You could be noticing someone catches your eye, an attraction, but it's right at the start. So something fires you up. Page of inspiration, it's wands. It's like something good coming your way. There is something good coming your way. And so if you want to know what the rest of these outcome cards are and all the rest of it, you might want to get that deeper dive for even more. Where does this story go? Let's find out. I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. You do need to type your email address in very carefully, because if you get that wrong, you will not receive it. Now the email, it might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder, so do check in those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, the flower, and the shell. The flower's going a bit floppy flowers. Click on the flower, of course, with the device that can open PDFs. And I've got off kilter, off track. On a device that can open PDFs. In that PDF, amongst other things, the other things being coupon codes for money off my private readings and one question readings. So check those out in there. But you'll see a video, a picture of a video. Click on that. If it doesn't take you straight away to another video, just try it on a different device and it will. So thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to click like. Before you click off down there, click that subscribe button if you're new. And leave me a comment, because that'll get you an entry into that prize draw for a free reading with me at the end of the month. Good luck with winning that. And so will getting the deeper dive read as well. I'll get you an entry into the second draw for winning a private reading with me. But if you're not doing that, if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. And if you're coming with me to that deeper dive for even more, then I will see you in there very shortly. So if you chose the shell along with the Tarot of Mystical Moments, and this one's for you, let's give you a full Celtic Cross Tarot love spread. Find out what's going on in your love life. Now, as usual, shells, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That's an extended reading that goes with this. If you find that this is your story, could be a story, or want it to be a story, then you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of the reading, we'll be popping a link for it up there. You can also find a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So let's get straight into your reading, because your card's out already. What is this reading all about? Let's see. The Four of Pentacles, about holding your energy back, being withdrawn from someone or something. Now, some of you might be feeling yourself pulling away from someone and you might not know why. Or withdrawing from your love life altogether, not really wanting to put your energy out there. And you, yeah, like I said, you might not know why, just like not up for it, not really feeling it. Now, it could be just like there's nobody around for you at the moment. So the universe is like, don't focus on your love life right now. Pull back from that. Conserve your energy for other things. And I will switch you back onto it when it's time. Could be that. Or it could, like I said, be you pulling away from somebody in particular as well. What's crossing you in all of this? Oh, wow. This combination. I saw this combination in another reading today of the Nine of Swords with the Five of Swords. So, Nine of Swords, it is anxiety, it's worry, it's fears, it is sleepless nights, it is a lot going on in your mind. And the Five of Swords is about fights, it's about conflict and all of that kind of thing. So there's like there's an expectation of conflict, and so you're like, oh, this is just too much. I don't want to get into this whole relationship thing, or with this person, it's just too much. There's just too much BS about it, you know. There's too much that worries me, conflict, and I don't want to argue about this. I'm out. It's that kind of an energy. It's like I'm out. So conflict in relationships, you've been experiencing too much of that, and it's just not worth it, right? And relationships shouldn't be like that. I'm not saying that conflict will never happen. Of course something will show up, but it shouldn't be like all that. It should be mostly great. How do things appear on the face of it? Eight of Wands and the Six of Wands, like you are winning. Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is like direct communication. I haven't seen that card in a long time in this deck. Communication and forward movement, and Six of Wands toward victory. So it could be that like someone or a relationship, it was kind of going well and there was forward movement and all of that and direct communication and things were going well, but what's really behind that? And Six of Wands is about, you know, success and victory and being seen to be victorious. So it might like seem really good on the surface of it, but what's really behind that is the Nine of Cups. You making your wishes come true. The Nine of Cups is like when we make our own wishes come true. we make our heart's desires come true ourselves when we're not receiving from the other person. Okay, it was all you, is what this is saying. You might have withdrawn your energy from someone because of chaos and conflict and arguments and all of that. And even though it might have seemed like they were going along with something and directly communicating with you and you had victory and this was your person, this is kind of saying, but it was all you. You were making this happen. The feelings were all yours. It was you making the effort in it. The Nine of Cups is like, the Nine of Cups can be you were in love with the idea of them, or your heart was satisfied even though they weren't doing those things for you. You were trying to make it happen yourself. So you were pouring so much into the relationship and trying to make it. It's like you were the backbone to it. It reeks of codependency, this, of like getting into a relationship where you're making all the work. You're the one that's making it work properly because they've got problems and they're causing arguments and stuff like that. They've got unhealed stuff, but you're trying to not only placate them in the arguments and settle the arguments down and bring about peace, but you're also trying to coach them and heal them and all of that kind of, you're just doing all of the work. And that is exhausting when we do that, trying to be the maid, the therapist, the coach, the one that is, just managing it all. It's like the Nine of Cups is saying you were making it all happen, so your heart wasn't getting anything from it. But if you felt like you were getting something from it, it was because you were making all of the effort. And you could, it's equally just put all that effort into just being happy by yourself and making your wishes come true yourself without someone else being involved. So even though you're putting all of the effort in, there was this chaos and this conflict. It's almost like Five of Swords and Nine of Swords. You were putting up with conflict. You were putting up with them being a problem. You were putting up with the negativity that they were bringing you, the anxiety and all of that, and you were doing it all anyway. You guys, you're very good at putting up with all kinds of situations and being able to make it not right, but be able to survive it, be able to function in it, even to be able to feel like you were getting some kind of needs met or that it was good. Because the Eight of Wands and the Six of Wands, it's like this feeling like you were almost winning. Like, yes, you were doing all the work and you were being the therapist and everything and trying to heal them and trying to sort it out and trying to sort the conflict out and, trying to be the one that sorts out the communication and teach them how to communicate so that you can have a relationship with them. It's like you were doing it all, but you thought that you needed to do all of that, and you thought that you were actually winning in that, and it was working. You don't need to do that in relationships. Relationship is about two people relating. You don't need to do all the work like that. That's way too much. Now, I'm presuming from these energies that you guys, perhaps your family life as you were growing up had a lot of conflict and all of that, and you were the one having to be the adult in it, the one having to sort everything out. You've got used to that, but you don't need to do that. That is not required of you to have a relationship. A relationship should be two people wanting to give to the situation, not one person doing it all like that. So I think there's a willingness in you guys to take it all on, and you don't need to. Recent past energy, got the Three of Cups, so other people involved as well. That's third party energy, and so your person might have been open to other people. There could be like gossip and stuff around it as well. That could be about other people around you going like, what are you with this person for? They don't do anything. It could be that you were almost mothering this person as well. And then pretending that you're getting something from there. So it could be like friends saying like, what are you doing with this person? They're not worthy of you. You're doing too much, and you might not have been seeing it because this might be a pattern that you're in of doing too much or being willing to do too much in relationships. What have you got coming in the near future? So no wonder you've pulled back. That must be exhausting. I know, I used to do that myself, and it's like, it's better to be alone than do all of that kind of stuff. Way too much. What's coming in? Ah, nice. Rest, relaxation, healing time, Four of Swords. So it's time off. Yeah, you do need your time for yourself to recuperate from all of that. That is exhausting energies that you've had. You don't need to do all of that. Okay, so it's about the Four of Pentacles. You're being withdrawn right now, backing off from relationships, all relationships probably, one in particular for sure. It's also about letting things fall apart, the Ace of Wands, so that you can have like a completely different start. So this is the Tower card. It's like just let everything fall away. It's like you can't go on from here. You have to let everything fall away now. Let it all crash to the ground. There's no pieces to be picked up here. There's nothing good to be picked up here. You need to let it all fall away now and get down to the rubble before you can start building some solid foundations. And then Ace of Wands is like, what would you like? What would you like to grow next? What would be your ideal? I think you've experienced not your ideal. You've experienced you doing it all. This exhausting kind of juggling this. I need to juggle everything, and I need to do their work as well as my work, and to even justify being in a relationship or receive anything and receive my wishes, I need to do it all and a bag of chips and make sure that their life is good and sort them out and do this and their family and sort their family out and do it all. No. What do you want? And it's only when everything else has fallen away, when you let that be completely destroyed, like, in other words, there's no hope for that. There's no hope for that. There's no you winning in this situation. It's always going to be exhausting. You've got a passenger here in this relationship. You might have had a few of them that are doing absolutely nothing, not even sorting themselves out, so you had to sort them out too. They're not doing the relationship. They're not even doing their own lives. You're trying to do it all for them. It's like you pick someone up and they're nothing. They're not supporting themselves, sorting themselves out, able to do anything. And you're like, I'll do it for both of us because I'm strong and I'm the hit. No, you don't need to do that. All of that needs to fall away. You need to get down to, so you really do need a break. You need to get down to bare bones of this, like, none of what I've been doing can work for me. I've been going about it in completely the wrong way. I have been expecting way too much of myself, and all of that needs to fall away. It's almost like starting again. Like, well, what do you want relationships to be? How much would you like to give to it? I know you'd like to give everything to it, but no, don't want to do that. Don't even be willing to do that. You shouldn't give everything to a relationship. You've got all of this energy inside of you, and it's for you, and it's for your life. A good, healthy relationship will hardly require any of that. In fact, they're going to bring so much more energy in. You will have to give something to it, but only a fraction, probably 1/100th of this energy that you have been given into relationships, probably 1/100th of that, and you're going to be receiving a whole lot from them. When they give that 100th of this kind of an energy to this relationship, it'll make you feel loved. It'll be very positive for you. So you just imagine that. What would be an amazing relationship? What I mean is, say you've got like 100% battery, that's your energy, right? You were given like 110 to relationships. There can't have been any energy left for anything in your life. No, your energy should be like, I don't know, maybe 20% of it toward a relationship, 20% of it toward your family. You've got like career, I don't know, maybe it might be 30% toward your career. And you've got friends, the percentage there, and you know, nice things for you, hobbies and stuff like that. Your life should be rich, and all of that energy that you are wasting on these people, trying to sort them out, should be for you in your life, prioritizing that. When I learned this, it was like, wow, all that energy that I've been thinking that I need to pour on other people, sort their problems out, whether it's friends or lovers, whatever. It's like that. If I use that energy for myself, my life gets really good, because I'm good at doing that kind of stuff. And when you turn it on yourself and you do it for yourself, you apply those energies to sort your life out instead of their life out, your life gets really good. And then you'll realize that you deserve that, and all and more. Someone to do that for you in relationship, and someone that has done that for themselves too, to have a relationship with too. It's about self-love. Self-love got to come first. So start doing things for yourself. Let everything else fall away, especially the roles and things that you've thought that you had to do to justify being in a relationship. What are your fears? Page of Wands. Pages are about the start of something. And the Page of Wands is about being attracted or being drawn to someone with that passionate energy. But it's right at the beginning. It's like, you might be fearing like who you're attracted to. It might feel like you, but I'm only attracted to these kinds that are weak and they've got nothing going on for themselves. It's like, you can break out of that by having a break. By just giving yourself a break, focusing on yourself, making your life really good. You'll soon be repulsed by this kind of passenger person that doesn't offer anything. You'll be like, there's nothing attractive about them at all. And you'll start, once you're healthy yourself, you start getting attracted to healthy people. And the passengers, the ones that are wrecks, the ones that are weak, the ones that are in addictions and all kinds of, they've got a lot going on. These kind of people, signs to show that they're in that, and not loving themselves properly, not making good decisions for themselves and sorting their own lives out. They've got all of these things, and it's quite repulsive. It's not attractive at all once you've got healthy yourself and you're loving yourself. So there's a fear here that you're only attracted to that kind of a person. It's like, but I love the underdog, the messes, the ones healing. My heart goes out to them. It's like, well, it won't do once you sort yourself out. You'll be like, oh God, I need to heal, because you can't heal anyone else. They've got to do it themselves. It's got to be instinct. You can help people in the healing. That's what I'm doing on my channel. I can't do it for you. I can't even, start it off within you. You can't do it within anyone else too. You can't heal them. You could help them, but do that in your work. Don't do it in a relationship. I could help someone in a relationship too, but I'm not going to instigate it and take the responsibility of that. That's their responsibility. They're going to be going after that. And if someone gets all attracted to me because it's like, oh, you help people like that, let's get into a romantic relationship. It's like, no, you're a seeker of that kind of thing. You're wanting to employ me. Just get a reading from me and try and be in a romantic relationship with me. You've got to get sensitive to what people are seeking in your energy. What are your hopes? King of Swords, for you to have clarity. Yeah. So I think you've been run by your heart, and you've been open to the underdog and helping people out, and very attracted to that, the people in need of healing. Because that's your previous self, And it's you. You're in need of healing too. It's you that requires that healing, not them. Well, they might, but you need it. So let's get your outcome cards out. We're revealing the first outcome card in this reading, but the rest of them, because I'm going to get a progression out to get the full story, the rest of them I'll be revealing in that deeper dive read, that extended reading, along with cards from these decks back here to get deeper into it and guidance for you. If you've got someone coming into your life, we'll get some cards out about them as well, and timings and all of that kind of thing. You've got 4 cards out now. Let's get a couple more. 5. Nice. And what? Oh, I like that. Okay, so 6 outcome cards here. Your first one out is the 5 of Pentacles, and then it's followed by these 5 here. So the 5 of Pentacles is about going it alone. The 5 of Pentacles, it's not a bad card at all. It's the card of, I need to go it alone now. Usually it's, some people are a bit worn and damaged and on crutches and stuff like that, but they're walking past a church in the snow, and it's hard going and they're hurting and all of that, but they know where they're headed, and they're not going to seek sanctuary in the church. In other words, they're not going to go for the easy option, the warm place. They know where they're headed, and even though they're battered and bruised, they're going to carry on headed toward that. So it's the steely response that you have, where it's like, you know what, I'm not going to just fall back into old ways. Even though it's hard, even though I want to go to my comfort zone of just like that next person or what I know, it's not good for me in the long term. That is a cop out. It's not really what I want. I need to, as hard as it is, I need to battle forward. It's that steel within us where we go, I'm going to do it for myself now. I'm going to get myself there. I know it's not going to be easy, but I can't keep on doing what I've done. Yeah, it's that. So that's great energy for you guys to start that off. Now, if you want to know what the progression is then, so what energies do you need to be in after that? They're all here. If you want to know what they are, then you can come along with me to that deeper dive read. If you're interested in that, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. You do need to type your email address in very carefully, because if you get that wrong, you will not receive it. Now, the email, it might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder. Do check in those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Click on the shell on a device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video, and when you click on that, if it doesn't take you straight away to a video, just try it on a different device and it will. Now, the other things that are in that PDF are coupon codes for discounts off my private readings and off those one question readings as well. So be sure to use those when you get that. Don't forget, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like before you click off down there. Click that subscribe button if you're new, and leave a comment while you're down there, because that'll get you an entry into that draw for a private reading with me at the end of the month. Good luck with winning that, as we'll get in that deeper dive read too, that second draw for the deeper dive purchases. You'll get an entry there. But if this is where you're leaving me, then good luck with all of this. And if you're coming with me to that deeper dive read, then I'll see you in there very shortly.